I think I'm live. Hey. Okay. It's been a minute since I've been on here live, especially using StreamYard like I am right now. Someone the other day said to me, Kenyatta, I haven't seen you go live in a minute. And I'm like, because I haven't. But I'm here now. And I'm like, you know what? I miss it. I miss like chatting with y'all and having you join me on the live and talk about different things. But today, I'm only going to be here for a few minutes and I'm going to be talking about three things that I'm really excited about right now. And I want to know what three things you're excited about. So I got to just check and make sure that all systems are go here before I get started. So I need someone to say something in the chat because I should be on Facebook. I should be on my LinkedIn. And oh, I see Facebook user says, love, love, love your energy. Now, I don't know who said that because StreamYard doesn't tell me who they are on Facebook and I can't look over here. But if you can tell me your name, I'd love to know who just said that, that I'm putting your comment up there. But thank you, because if you can see me, then maybe someone else can see me too. So give me just a second. Let me see if it's over here. If I'm live, if this is working properly, I should be live in a couple different places and be thinking about three. Harrison, what's up, Harrison? Hey, love your energy too. Oh my God, Harrison, you're doing amazing things. So put in the chat, Harrison, like what you do. Like, and you too, Diana. I see you, Diana. Hey. Put in the chat what you do. Tell people. But I want you to think about also what are three things that you're really excited about right now, because I want to know. I'm going to tell you three things I'm excited about, but I want to know what you're excited about too. So put that in the chat, or I think I'm going to drop the StreamYard link in here. And if you want to join me on StreamYard, if you're feeling sassy and spontaneous, then hey, why not join me and tell me what you're excited about? Maybe we can get a few people on here and see what happens. So someone saying hi, I don't know who that is, but oh, and let me check over here. Hold on. Got to make sure everything is working right before I get going, because once I get going, I'm gone. Okay, so I got to make sure that okay. Is it okay? Good. It's good. It's live over here. Okay, so I think I'm good. So let me find the little StreamYard link, and I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna copy it. I don't know where I can put. I'm gonna put it in this little poster thing right here. And I don't know where that's showing up at. It might just be on my business page, that little link, Freedom Empire, but I'm going to put it also in LinkedIn and see if maybe someone can grab it from there, because if you want to join me, I don't know how else to get it to you. So let's go. Let me try to put it here in the chat. And am I able to do that? Because that would be fancy. How fancy is this? Yes. Okay. So I just put the link to join me here on StreamYard if you want to in the chat. I think on my Facebook business page and then on LinkedIn. So I don't know where you're watching from because I can't see all the comments, but hey, I am here. My name is Kenyatta Turner. Hey, Andrea. Oh my God, you're in Switzerland. What time is it where you're at? I wonder what day is it in Switzerland. So here, I see you. So yes, it's been a minute, right, since I've been live. So again, this is going to be quick. I just want to talk about three things I'm really excited about, but I want to know what you're excited about as well. So please, wherever you are watching in from, then put it in the chat, like something you're excited about. If you have three, I want to know all three. If you only have one, then put one in there. But hopefully there's something that you are just super jazzed about that you can share, because I'm just nosy and want to know what's going on. And so I see that Harrison, door-to-door virtual solar sales in 7 different states. Oh, he's excited about what? You're moving back to Arizona and expanding your business's lead generation team and playing guitar live for an open mic. Yes, Harrison. I'm so excited. I am so excited because I knew you before you even were doing solar. Like that wasn't even a thing first when I met you. So the fact that you're like 7 states and all the things, again, like blowing up big time. Super excited about that. I see Vicky in Atlanta, Jeremiah in Massachusetts. Yes. I see you coming in. I see LinkedIn over here. So check it out. Yes, Andrea, connected with you. Some amazing people on LinkedIn chat. Yes, connect with everyone. And if you don't know Andrea, like connect with her. Andrea, I know I owe you some things as well. You got so many things going on, and the global empowerment Empowerment Summit is coming up again. And I definitely want to be a part of that. So lots of cool things happening. And excited for everyone. So I will tell you guys one of the first things. Okay, keep telling me what you're excited about in the chat. I want to know. One of the and then congratulate Harrison, because he shared and let him know what's happening, or give him a thumbs up, because that's super cool. One of the first things I'm going to tell you, and it's regarding music. Harrison, you mentioned playing guitar. Okay, so you may not know this because we haven't talked in a minute, but I am a drummer, a percussionist. That's what I am. Now, historically, I'm a bass player. I've been playing bass for 20 plus years. I don't even know how long, right? A long time. Bass player, that's the first instrument I started playing. I've played in bands, I've fronted bands, I've been the singer, the bass player, whatever, like bass. Love it. Always had respect for the drummer, right? Bass and drums, rhythm section. But I had no idea what it was really like to be a drummer, because I never really tried to learn how to play them. But now, since about April, I'm hooked, like hooked, right? All I can think about is drums. Okay. So I just want to play the drums like all the time. So the first thing I'll tell you that I'm excited about, outside of just wanting to play the drums, is I just purchased an item for my little drum set that I'm building. Okay. It's really basic. It's like a drum set I've had in my jam pad 15 years ago. It's covered with fur. Thank you, Travis Gold, for hooking me up with Wolfie. The whole set is covered in this gray fur, and I love it. And it's my starter kit. I'm looking at it as my starter kit, but I needed something for it, and I just bought it, so I'm going to share with you guys right now. Here it is. Anyone can see what that is? I'm going to open it for you, but if you can tell what it is, put it in the chat. I want to know if you can see what this is and know what this is. Who knows what this is for my drum set? This is the first thing. Yeah, cowbell. Yes. So let's open it together right now. I haven't even opened it yet. So this is like one of the first official things I bought for the set, but it is my first cowbell. Oh my God, look at that. Woo! Oh, it feels so good. Let's hear how it sounds. Oh God. Now I'm not even playing it loud, but I cannot wait to smack the heck out of this thing. More cowbell. So that's one thing I'm really excited about. And here's the thing. I was so excited about it that I forgot to buy something to attach it to my drum set with, like a little thing with a stick or a clamp or something. There's something, that I need to attach it to my drum set. And I didn't even get that because I was just so excited that I got this. And I'm like, yeah, I got my first cowbell. So that is thing one that I am excited about. So let's see. Let me look at the comments, see what's going on in here. Oh, Andrea says, set up your business in Singapore. Yes, because you weren't in Singapore when we initially met. So that is totally cool. And of course, working on building a new community. And you got another client. Yes, Andrea. Yes, I'm so excited. Let me see if I see over here. Yes, I'm going to click this. Right on, Andrea. Totally dancing inspiration. I sent you a little thing on Instagram that these women were like sitting on the floor doing this move on the floor, dancing with each other as they're sitting on the floor. It was so interesting. But as soon as I saw it, it reminded me of you, Andrea. Like literally, I was like, and I sent it to you right away. So I don't know if you saw it on Instagram yet, but check your Instagram DMs, because I saw something that made me think of you and the beauty of the movement of how you do what you do. It struck me, and you instantly were on my mind. So check that. Hopefully you enjoy that. And then let me see here. Check it. Oh, Diana, business strategy and development coach. Diana, I think I just saw you on some magazine cover. I'm excited for you about that. So put that in the chat, or the link to that or something. And you guys put in the chat the link to these things that you're doing that are cool. Connect with each other. Say what's up. Oh, Andrea says, yes, you saw the video. Awesome. And Diana says she's excited about, number one, being on the cover of on the magazine. Yes. On the Contemporary Women magazine this month. Yes. Going to a Reds game on Friday with college alumni friends and telling some great story. Yes, because you are the storyteller. Oh my gosh. And it was so cool to see you at the Entrepreneur Revolution Expo event that we were at a couple weeks ago. We got to hang out, sit at the bar, have a drink. We were on stage, not at the same time, but we both were panelists. And it was really cool to get to spend some real IRL 3D time with you and everybody else who was there. So thank you to I Entrepreneur Network for throwing that amazing event and having me and Jeff Morris there as speakers. And Donna Sparacco Metter was our panelist host. I was on the stage with Jacqueline Zaccoli and Kathleen Carlson, I think is her last name. I just barely met her. But we talked about behavior and people got their behavioral superpowers and all the fun things. And so that was really cool. So I love hearing the things you guys are excited about. And so I'll lead into thing number 2. So if you're still here and you know what we're talking about or don't know, let me tell you, we are talking about 3 things that we're excited about right now. So put them in the chat, 3 things. Oh, and I should say, if you are here live, then please for me in the chat, give me a hashtag team live. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag team replay. That's really helpful for me. So I know like when people were watching, like, was this a time that made sense for people or not? And if you come back and watch the replay, I still want to know the 3 things that you are excited about. Okay. So even after the fact, I still want to know what you're excited about. So hashtag team live or hashtag team replay, depending on where you're or when you're watching right now. Of course, tell me where you're from, what you do, and all the things. So I'm on Facebook right now. I'm on LinkedIn. I think I am in the Personal Development Party Facebook group, which is my Facebook group. So hey there, positive pals. Absolutely love the Facebook group. And I think that's, and on my business page as well, Freedom Empire. So hey, Andrea says hashtag team live. Thank you. Okay, so thing number 2. I next week am going to be teaching a new cohort of behavioral superpowers coaches. So I certify people to use the behavioral tool that you guys have probably heard me talk about before, but I haven't been on here live talking about it. So here it is. But one of the things that I do and I love in my business is with Freedom Empire, I use this tool in all the coaching and training that I do. If I'm speaking from a stage, I'm probably talking about behavior, hashtag behavior matters. Also, but for Dream Smart Behavioral Solutions, and I'll put the link to them in the chat. If you don't know anything about them, that's a company that I'm the co-founder of. And I and our team, we literally decode human behavior, and transform lives with that information. This is not like any personality test you've ever taken. If you take this, I can tell you, you probably don't even need to take another one. That's me being biased. But it's really important to understand that there are cool ways to get objective self-awareness about yourself. And I love it. It's everything that I do. I coach, teach, train, and mentor with this behavioral assessment, but I also train other people to use it for their businesses or in their own lives. So I do a certification course, and this will be the 8th one. And we're going to be having it next Friday and Saturday is the next certification course. I love teaching certification course. Here's why. I get to spend like 2 days, hours, 2 days, like live training with people who are interested in learning more about themselves at a very, very deep level and want to be able to help others do the same thing. So I just get to talk about the behavioral identities and the behavioral factors and the sub factors and get to see them play out in front of me, like literally with the people who are in the course. And then we meet once a week for 4 weeks and they've got homework and things they have to read. And I really need to get proficiency from them. So I love certification time because I get to do what I just love to do, which is teach people about behavior and teach them how to help other people with it. But the people who sign up for the certifications are just amazing humans. I just, all of you, we've got probably 38 people who are certified right now. And we've got more coming in, next week. And everyone is just amazing. Like these are people who are like-minded, who want to help transform people's lives, who want to grow within themselves. And that's my jam. It's just my jam. I just happen to use a behavioral tool to do that. And that's what our company does. But it's my jam even without the tool. But now I know about the tool, I don't do anything without it. So if you hear me talk about hashtag behavior matters, that's why. So I'm stoked that I get to teach the certification course again next week. And if anybody's interested, I'll make sure and I'll put the chat. Andrea says, yeah, hashtag behavior matters. And she's a community builder. Harrison is an initiator. He knows his behavioral style. I know Diana just found out she's an engager. Hey, Carmen Payne, I see you. Hashtag team live. And I'm an outgoing, fast-paced influencer. That's my behavioral style all day, every day, right? So next, that's something I'm excited about. If you want to know more information, I'll put that. Make sure you have a link in the chat. If you want to know about the certification for you or someone you maybe know, then let's talk about it. Then the third thing. Oh, wait, let me check the chat real quick. Andrea says you want to do, Andrea, you you totally should get sort of like for real. We need to talk. We've got some collaborations, some things that we still need to kind of iron out, but you are absolutely a great candidate, for that certification. So let me just see here. I want to see if anyone else put anything in the chat about what they're happy about. Hey, Carmen, you might have just joined a little bit later. So let me tell you, because Carmen, I definitely want to hear from you if you're still here. We're talking about 3 things that we're really excited about right now. I've already shared 2. The first one is I bought my very first official cowbell for my drum set that I am crafting. I'm not going to hit it very loud. It might hurt the ears. I'm so excited. A brand new drummer, basically, who is just jazzed beyond belief about playing the drums. And now I got my very first cowbell. And my second thing was the behavioral certification, which you may have been here for that. I'm teaching that next Friday and Saturday on virtual. Where people get to get their Dream Smart Behavioral Solutions certification for behavioral superpowers assessment, where we decode behavior and transform lives. And then the third thing I'm going to share in a moment. But Carmen, if you were here, please tell us, would you want to be, or what you are excited about in the chat, because we want to celebrate you and be excited with you. Okay. And LinkedIn user says, I need more. Who said that? Dr. Michaela Turner, need more cowbell. I was waiting for someone to say that. Yes. So all right, let me stop. Seriously. Who said, okay, let me go back to the chat. Diana says, I was just wondering if you did this because I want to be, well, yes, Diana, that's how it works, right? You put things out into the universe, into the ether, and the ether's like, what did you say? And then completely delivers, right? So, yes, Diana, we will talk because you also are a great candidate for the certification. So, Andrea says, oh, she got 2 books about Argentine tango too this week. Can't wait to read. I don't know who Argentine tango is, but Andrea, if you're excited about it, I want to know about that. So I need to know more about that. Carmen says, speaking at PMI Summit in September. Oh, that's Project Management Institute. I'm thinking that's what that is. It has to be. I'm assuming it is. I did a webinar for them during COVID, like right when COVID happened. I remember I did a webinar with them, live or virtual webinar, because it was during COVID, and it was about behavior and how it was going to be affecting people working from home, like their natural behavioral style, and how some people were really excited that they just could stay at home because they're more reserved anyway, and they prefer that. And then other people who are really outgoing may struggle with that because they want to connect and interact. Some people are really structured and they don't need anything or anyone else to keep them in that line. And some people working from home are not so much, and they may need that type of structure, but don't have it. So anyway, we had a whole conversation about that. So that's really cool that you are doing it. So congratulations. And you got a new kitten. Carmen, what's the name of the kitten? Oh, and you said you did a webinar with PMI as well. So let's know the name of the kitten. I'm dying to know. And let me just see here. Curtis stopped by, said he saw the live notification. The cowbell caught his attention. That means someone wants to hear a little more cowbell. Okay, I only did that because Curtis, you asked for it, so I had to give it to you. Okay. So, and Andrea says, yes, Carmen, Curtis, Michaela, yes, connect on LinkedIn. Whew. So, thing 3. Let me get thing 3 out and get out of your way, get out of your hair, let you guys go back to whatever you're doing. I so appreciate you coming on and hanging out here with me this live and sharing the things you're excited about, because I'm excited for you. And Curtis, if you were here, you got to drop in what you're excited about. We're talking about 3 things that we're excited about. And Curtis Tompkins, we want to know what you're excited about too. So here's my 3rd thing. And this one is, it's not really like show and tell. Like I don't have anything to show you, but I will tell you what I am excited about. And I'm continuously excited about this 3rd thing. Like every day I wake up, and as I go through the day, I am excited about this thing. And it's got two sides to it. One, I am excited about my own deep level of self-awareness and understanding and acceptance of me and who I am and what I need. Like, I'm excited to have that awareness about myself every day. I just think about how rooted I am in that understanding and how I celebrate that. And I do not apologize for that. And I let that guide me, throughout my day and with my conversations and how I move through the world. I'm very aware of that. And because of that awareness, I also understand when that very thing, me, isn't always serving the situation. And my awareness is so deep and so accepting that I understand when I might need to flex that, because it's not ultimately serving me and who I am or who I'm with in that moment. My ego doesn't have a place in this situation. But the awareness that I have, like, just brings me joy because of that understanding. And the other side of the coin is that I also am excited about my awareness of my power to affect how I feel and my own thoughts and actions. That is exciting to me as well, because I know how I'm wired. So I know what my tendencies are. And that's perfection, unless it's not, meaning it's not serving me in that moment. And so I love that I'm able to know in the moment, catch it, and not spend a lot of time in the wrong place or mindset or energy frequency. It happens. It comes to, like, all of us. Like, it happens. But I am excited about the fact that I have been doing the work and continue to. It is a journey, not a destination. But I continue to do it to where every day I literally just wake up like, oh my God, I'm in love with myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm in love with what I do and how I do it and all the things. And I can see the beauty and the amazingness in other people always, even if it's different than me. And I know that if something gets squirrely for a second, which I had a situation just recently, right? That it only lasts for a short amount of time, because I understand how to control my thoughts and my actions in the moment as quickly as possible to get back where I need to be, to live in my little bubble floating around in the cloud, right? In my vortex that you're not penetrating, right? This is exciting to me. Like, it literally is exciting to me because every day I am happy. I am processing the world as it comes to me. And it doesn't mean that I don't have moments that change that feeling. That's going to happen. It's going to come and whatever. Like, I can't prevent it. I mean, the world's the world, right? Like, I don't worry about what I can't change. What I focus on is when a time for a change is there and I have the power to do it. So that's my third thing that I just wanted to share with you, because I just, it doesn't come easy, but it's possible. And if it's possible for me, it's possible for you. And that's exciting as well, right? So that's just cool. Let me look at the chat real quick, because I know I just kind of went on a little rampage. So let me just see what I missed in here. Cowbell's a keeper for your lives. Yeah. Carmen's kitten, Sunna. It's the Norse name for goddess of the sun. Wow, Carmen. Oh my gosh. I want to meet this cat. I want to see a picture of it too. Andrea says, how can you use the behavioral methodology and self-awareness to get rid of bias? Oh, and to be more aware of it with biases we have. I'm going to get to that answer I'm going to answer that question, Andrea. That's a very good question. I'm going to answer it in a second. Let me just see what Curtis is excited about. So hang on, I'm going to come back to it. Curtis says, one of the biggest things he's excited about is the results of the webinar we held earlier today. Yes. It was focused on helping job seekers accelerate their job search, and I look forward to the wonderful outcomes ahead. And by the way, you're a brass musician. You play all brass instruments, hence the cowbell catching your ear. It goes awesome with the drum. Yes, it does. Oh my God, Curtis, thank you for sharing that. And congratulations on your webinar. Yes. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it. Someone mentioned mindfulness practice in here. I don't know who that linked. I got to look down here for LinkedIn user. Oh, Dr. Michaela said mindfulness practice. Yes. Yes. And then Curtis says, not worrying about what you can't change. That's so important. And knowing when to change what you can. 100%. Much love to all of you for what you're sharing in the chat and the conversation and sharing your excitement. It means a lot to me. It's good to have you here. This conversation, it's kind of like a monologue, but it's not, because you guys are talking, and I can respond. So let me answer Andrea's question. She said, what about the behavioral methodology and the self-awareness to get rid of bias or to be more aware? Okay, so if you're taking notes, put this in your notes. There's something that we talk a lot about at our company and with our clients called behavioral bias. We all have it. And we don't usually talk about it because it's something that most people aren't aware they even have, and they don't know how to measure it. But we can measure it, and we do talk about it, and we teach, coach, and train to it. And we make people aware of what their behavioral, or we help them become aware of what their behavioral biases could be and how that's affecting their relationships, their businesses, and just life in general. So as an example, I'll use an easy one. I'll use our structure factor. So there's a factor that we measure. It's called structure. And it's really about a person's desire and willingness and want for structure and organization, and processes and things like that are very important to them if they have a high planned talent. Basically, that's their superpower. If they're really, really planned, that's the structure factor. That's one side. The other side is spontaneous. So think of a linear scale, and there's a bell curve, and where most of humanity is somewhere in the bell curve in this middle area between planned and spontaneous. But then you have people who are outliers, let's say, like me. I'm extremely spontaneous, and my business partner, Jeff Morris, is extremely planned. So let's talk about that. Two different sides of a coin. Well, what happens is that when people are extremely one or the other, they often think about someone who's the opposite of them in usually a non-complimentary way, meaning they think that everyone should be like them, right? And when people aren't, they don't oftentimes appreciate that because they want them to be more like them. So think about the idea of going on a road trip. Let's say you're really planned and you need a schedule and an agenda and need to know where you're going on the road trip. But let's say your friend who wants to go on the road trip is really spontaneous and doesn't really care and is going to change the plan all the time. Well, that's a recipe for a difficult conversation, even some stress between the two people, because each person thinks that the other person should be like them, and they don't know why they can't or won't be like them. Think about it if you've ever been in a situation where you've said to someone, well, why don't you just do it like this? Or how come you always do it like that? Oftentimes we think that the person's doing it that way because of us, like they might just be insubordinate or just consciously trying to go against what we want because of whatever the reason. But ideally, and this is what I always say, is that it's not personal, it's just behavioral science. If they're on the other side of that spectrum from you on a structure factor, and like Jeff, he's wired to do things a very certain way. And instead of having a bias against him because of that, I learned and understand who he is objectively. And I understand that. So I don't do anything other than praise him for it and thank the Lord for it, because he's paying attention to things I'm not, right? But oftentimes in relationships and business, we don't really understand why someone is different than us. So that behavioral difference can cause a bias because we think that they can change easily. We think they should change. And we typically think the way we are is the right way. So we judge them for that. If we're their boss, we may rate them differently on a performance review for that because we think they should be doing the job like we would do the job, but they're doing it how they're wired to do it. So as an example, if you knew that about them and knew it wasn't just subjective and understood the science about why they do it that way, then you should be able to navigate and celebrate that difference versus having a bias towards it. So Andrea, hopefully that answers your question. It's a little short, condensed answer, but I guess, to be specific, you said, how do you be more aware of it? Well, you learn what your behavioral tendencies are. What are your behavioral superpowers and what's your kryptonite, right? You understand that first, because without that understanding, it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. And then you can recognize the differences in other people, and you can learn to navigate and celebrate those differences and elevate those differences versus feeling in your feelings because they're different than you. And if anyone here is watching and listening and you want to know what your behavioral superpower style is and want to take our assessment, then you can go to www.dreamsmartbehavioralsolutions.com, click the orange button, and you can take it. And you can find out what your behavioral style is as well. So I'll put that in the chat as well, as well as the link to the certification. So Andrea says, can it work for other negative biases too? Again, yes, because it starts with your own level of self-awareness and self-love. Self-love. I know with this information that we can teach people and help them learn to love who they naturally are, unapologetically, behaviorally, and unapologetically. With that deep level of self-love and acceptance, it's much harder for negative biases to find way into your heart, because you see who you are, and it's clear when people are different than you, and therefore you don't judge that. You just feel you have empathetic energy that pours out of you towards other humans when you love yourself, when you have that clarity and that self-acceptance. So that's just really where it starts. It's just where it starts. So you can journal about it. You can pray about it, meditate about it, do all these different things to find your own level of self-awareness. And you should do those things. This is going to be subjective data for you to work with. However, if you want some objective, scientifically validated, proven data to couple with your subjective way you view yourself, then find out your behavioral superpowers. Take the exercise. You'll see for yourself. I don't just take it. You'll take it and you'll call me. You'll be like, oh my gosh, Kenyatta. You know what I mean? So hopefully, yes, Andrea, the exercise is gold. You were absolutely right. And you and I need to talk. Diana, you and I are going to connect. I know you want information about the certification, Andrea as well. And then I'll make sure in the chat in both Facebook and in the LinkedIn, I'll drop the link to DreamSmart's website. It's dreamsmartbehavioralsolutions.com. That's the company I'm the co-founder of and chief behavioral marketing officer. But also, if you want information about the certification, that's on the site as well. But I have a link and I'll drop that. So this is it. The 3 things that we're excited about. So just a quick reminder, I'll tell you, I'm excited about my cowbell. If you're just joining us, more cowbell. First little cowbell that I bought for my drum set. So excited. Excited to have a new cohort, the 8th cohort of Behavioral Superpowers coaches that I'll be teaching next Friday and Saturday. And then we'll meet once a week for a month. For 4 weeks and complete the certification. Excited about that. And then excited about continuing on my journey of that deep level of behavioral self-awareness that brings me such joy. I am absolutely in love with all of this that I am and who I'm continuing to become, but I know how I'm wired. I know my baseline. And I also understand how to self-coach in the moment for the greater good, which is not easy to do, but I've learned how to do that. And I also am grateful and excited about the fact that I know and understand the power of my own mind and the power of my own thoughts and how thoughts turn into things and how I'm in control of that. I'm in control of my thoughts, my actions, and nothing else. And every day I'm excited about that and excited to execute that because I live in a very happy place in my own heart and mind. And that's joyous to me. So thank you so much. Oh, Phyllis. Hey, glad to see Phyllis is here. Hopping in to say hello. Exelution, learning to build your brand. So thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you for Curtis and Carmen and Harrison, who was on earlier. And who else was on here? Diana Hooker was here. I'm scrolling that there was someone, a Facebook user. I didn't know who that was, but much love to all of you. Oh, Jeremiah from Massachusetts popped in. Vicky in Atlanta. Thank you for hopping on. I was only going to be here like 10 minutes, but y'all kept making me talk and asking questions. But thanks for hanging out with me, and then I'll see you next time. So my name is Kenyatta Turner. I'm an outgoing, fast-paced influencer. I am the CEO and founder of Freedom Empire Consulting, and I'm also the co-founder of DreamSmart Behavioral Solutions. Please connect with me, connect with each other in the chat. I'll drop the links, and until next time, I'll see you next time. And one last thing to remember, #behavior matters. Have a great day, everyone, or good evening, or good whatever. You're in Switzerland, Andrea, so I don't even know what time it is or what day it is where you are, but I will talk to you all soon. Bye. Let's see, where's the end button? Oh, up here. It's been a while.